Well, Coach, how ready are you guys for conference play?
As ready as we're gonna be.
When we were, what's different? What's different going from one to another? I know that you want them to have the same mindset and everything, but I mean, when you're going up against familiar opponents, you kind of know what to expect, and there's just a little more on the line. It seems like.
Yeah, but the reality is with a conference like ours, like going postseason is one in the preseason. So, obviously we still have a great shot to get that accomplished during conference, but that's why the preseason is so important for us. We take care of business there and we put ourselves in a really good position to not have to be perfect in conference.
Carly was talking after last game about how you guys have worked with your approach at the plate. Is that a series thing, or is that a mindset that you guys are trying to instill in them going forward?
It's an overall mindset, and that we train daily to be prepared for anything that the opposing pitcher is going to throw at us. So we don't want to be so fixated on individuals, and give our energy to people specifically. We can put them in a general category, like if we're facing a rise ball pitcher, this is an approach to it. But it's not like a cookie cutter approach, in that so much of the approach is based on each individual's perception. Like I can see a pitcher and I can be like, wow, she seems kind of fast to me, where another hitter can see her and be like, yeah, she's a little slow to me based on movement. So there's flexibility within the approach, but um, it's general. So we can use, an approach or create an approach with anyone we face, but we don't want to give any extra energy to individuals that we're facing.
Carlos?
Coach, I'm sure you've already answered some of this over the weekend, but I guess just in terms of how special that was for y'all to kind of have that game with the 3 grand slams and the no-hitter, how do you kind of temper the girls and let them know, okay, next game, next series, and kind of just get them focused on that?
Well, that's been our approach from the get-go, so it doesn't really change. I mean, it's great that the athletes were able to accomplish what they were on Sunday. Hats off to them without a doubt, but our approach doesn't change based on that outcome. Our approach doesn't change based on any outcome, because we are forward thinking and we are moving on to the next thing, good or bad. So that was just an opportunity to practice moving on from the good.
David alluded to it, but in terms of when you play these conference opponents where the players kind of know maybe a little bit more because they've played against them, have you spoken to them, and what have they kind of let you know about some of these opponents, including Baylor?
I think overall they feel good about facing Baylor, and then in their mind they hit Baylor well. So anytime they believe that, that's a win for us right there. So they feel good about the matchup. They feel prepared, and I'm excited to see how they work it.
I know you've been focused on helping your team and become better, but what have you seen Baylor do that's allowed them to be so successful and get off to that nice start for themselves in non-conference play?
I think we're really similar if you look at us in a lot of ways. They, have some good speed there at the top of their order, just like we do. They've got some good pitching, just like we do. Um, I think we're really similar. It's going to be, in my mind, it's a pretty even match. So I think the mentality is going to win it, and I think, hopefully we're still on. I mean, I know we're still on the incline right now, but hopefully we put that together and get ready for Friday.
I know you've had some good pitching performances. What have you kind of let your pitchers know about just them being able to hit for power? Because a lot of them have those double-digit home runs, and obviously that could be a problem if you do let one pitch kind of go Ari, so to speak.
Yeah, it's just crazy, and I mean, a part of it is our home field advantage. Um, we never really know what the wind's going to do, and even when the wind is doing what it does, it changes every 2 seconds anyway. So I think that's an advantage for us. But there's going to be times where we give up a big hit, and then there's going to be times where we hit quite a few big hits. But I mean, it's just part of the game. But nothing really changes with that either.
Last one from me. I know Missy had a special performance in the circle. What do you kind of see her as improving to make sure that she maybe makes that a more consistent outing, so to speak? Not necessarily the no-hitter, but just being able to be consistent in the circle.
Yeah, consistency is definitely the name of the game, but Coach Brittany has really been working with her on staying present, just working pitch to pitch. And I know that's cliche, but I mean, that is the biggest challenge in life for all of us. But just reiterating that over and over and over again. She was pretty bummed out after the no-hitter because she had walks. And I was like, Missy, man, give yourself some credit. So she's a perfectionist for sure. But I was proud of how she performed last weekend. And I think she has that ability. I mean, she's got some nasty movement. And as long as she knows it, we're going to be in a really good spot moving forward.
Bishop?
Hey, Coach. Carly is coming off a career day on Sunday. She's been a big part of y'all's team so far. As y'all enter Big 12 play, what areas, if any, would you like to see her improve?
You know, I don't want to put anything specifically on Carly because the reality is we all need to keep getting better every single game. I think Carly's doing a good job. She's working the process really well, and she is getting better every single time she goes out there, which is pretty special because she's been here 6 years. So as long as she continues to have that growth mindset with the rest of our team, we're in a good spot. I mean, we got to keep getting better. We got to keep learning every single time we go out there. Otherwise, when the heck we doing?
All right. Thank you, Coach. That was my only question.